Welcome to this webinar. My name is Ankita and I'm part of the Partner and Growth team. And today the agenda of the webinar is Navari's journey from converting from a reseller to a partner. As a background, Navari was our reseller from Kenya and they converted from a reseller to bronze partner this year. We have with us Muchai Gateru, Director and Solution Architect from Navari Limited, and he will walk us through his journey with ERPNext. Over to you, Muchai.
Thank you, Ankita. Hi, everyone. My name is Muchai Gateru, and I'm part of a company called Navari Limited. We are based in Nairobi, in Kenya, hence the background. So we have been dealing with ERPs for some time now, and I would say ERPNext is our core product. Among one of the major systems that we implement. I'll take you through our journey through ERPs as a company, and then our journey of with ERPNext and Frappe, and then the questions can come later, as Ankita said. So, in the session, I intend to cover three major areas: Navari as a company and as an introduction, and then we'll go on to our journey as a company from being resellers to Frappe Partners, the benefits of being Frappe Partners, how we came across ERPNext, why we chose ERPNext as a product from what we were doing before. And then I'll talk a bit about ERPNext in the East African market. There's a stroke of African market, but the reason there's a stroke there is so that I would say we are not really equipped to talk about the African market as Navari, but maybe about East African market, and especially in Kenya, we can say a lot about that as a market. So welcome everyone again. So as a company, Navari started around 2015 because we registered in December 2015. Before then, us as directors, that is me and two other directors, had been working with ERPs for, I think, since 2012. One of them had been at it since 2008. And mostly we used to work with Microsoft Dynamics. That is personally me. The other guys used to work with SAP, the all-in-one. So I would say we have some experience with ERPs. But in 2015, we formed a company, and the goal was to start implementing ERPs as a private company. So in 2015, that's when we came across ERPNext. How did we come across ERPNext? There's in 2015, I would say Odoo, which is a bit strong in the market at the moment, was doing a lot of recruitment of partners. The same thing Frappe is doing probably the last 2 years up to now. They were very active, so they would kind of blast emails to people who were on the ERP ecosystem and so on. So they'll try to recruit you as a partner and so on. But along the way, I think there was a customer who wanted an ERP, but they were very keen on HR and employee self-service. So now the products we knew, that is Dynamics and SAP, didn't kind of meet that cut. So we started looking for a solution that had HR and employee self-service. I remember it was an NGO, and that was one of their conditions, that we need a product with the employee self-service and HR modules. So we started Googling around, and we came across ERPNext. I'm from a technical background, so I was a bit more interested in what they call metaprogramming and Frappe framework. But yeah. But now when we formed Navari, we didn't really start with ERPNext, as you say. You normally go with what you know generally in life. That's how it is with humans. So we kind of started with Microsoft Dynamics and SAP. Normally the services around this is SAP being a very big product. I don't mean business one. Most likely you're not going to get a customer if you're new. So what we would do is we'd go to customers we knew were using SAP, and we would try to get services around retraining. We'd do retrainings, we'd maybe fix issues that they had, if they had any issues with the already modules they were using. But Microsoft Dynamics, the one called Business Central at the moment, then it was called Microsoft Dynamics Nav. We did a few customers, probably even with partnership with other guys. And we did some 3 hospitals, if I'm not wrong. The lack of HR and payroll, I'll say that. And then the procurement modules were not as they wanted. So there was a lot of customizations that we had to do in Microsoft Dynamics. And generally with customizations in the ERP implementation means cost overruns, time. So I was saying with customizations for every ERP implementation, that comes with a lot of time overruns, cost overruns. Sometimes the relationship with your customer is not very good because you're not delivering as expected and so on. So from 2016 to 2018, I would say we were mostly Dynamics and SAP, I think 2 customers or so on. So I'm saying from 2018, we embarked on ERPNext. So I was saying the way we arrived at ERPNext is I remember this customer from Somaliland. I'm saying Somaliland because it's like a new region after their issues. So they wanted an ERP for a company that they were setting up. When we sat with them and we listened to what they wanted, we were like, okay, we can go with Dynamics, what we knew, or we can go and explore ERPNext at this stage because they, as you know, with such companies, there's a lot of needs for subscriptions and so on. Okay, the deal never went through, but that kind of gave us a reason why we should start implementing ERPNext. In the same year, in October, I remember one of the employees from the old customers you were implementing Dynamics for joined another company. That is a water utility company. And what they did is they called us, generally, personally, and they said, okay, now I'm in this new company and we need an ERP. When we went there, we realized probably because of their budget and so on, the best option for them was ERPNext. This gave us an opportunity because if you are kind of working with someone, you can tell them very frankly, let's implement this new product and see how it goes. So we implemented ERPNext for them. The project went well. They're still our customers, but they were our first customer, and that was on version 11. They are one of the best paying customers, if I would say that, because we have some kind of a subscription with them. But yeah, they are very happy with the product, and that's how we started on ERPNext. Let me go to the reasons. We switched to ERPNext. So the way it is, one of the reasons, frankly, we even started considering ERPNext very seriously. It's ERPNext is a bit complete as a product. Maybe if you compare it with SAP, maybe you'll talk of depth and so on. But in terms of completeness of features, I would say ERPNext is perfect for most companies in the region. So, because for example, let's start with the most one, which is HR and payroll and leave and so on. It's like a complete module. So you're not really building any more features around there, unlike in the other products we were working with. So that was our major reason. And one of the things with customizing ERPs is you spend a lot of time. The cost overrun, not only from the customer side, but even from your side, because the more you last on a project, the more the money you charge probably for implementation starts to run out. And normally what happens is you probably now start thinking twice because you have to pay your bills and so on. But the third reason, but this is something we realized along the way, because remember when we started with the ERPNext, we were learning the product as well. And as you're learning the product, on the ERP side, if you've been working with ERPs, you're kind of okay because procurement is procurement, sales processes are the sales processes, inventory management, valuation methods, those are more or less standard, right? So you're just reading to know how ERPNext approaches these problems. But in terms of customizing, so that is something you have to learn afresh if you are used to say how Dynamics is customized. One of the beauties of ERPNext, it's very easy to customize. And I remember when Frappe was evaluating once, we showed them some of the customizations we had done. It was so fast because you kind of work with the days, sometimes probably even hours, to customize a feature that actually goes into production. Because, for example, I'll talk about one customer who we did an e-procurement. An e-procurement in our market is where a customer, they send requests for quotations for the people who are very familiar with ERPNext, and then the suppliers reply online and so on. So the way it is in Kenya normally, especially government entities, you are expected, there's a committee that is set up so that when the supplier quotations come from the supplier portal, they are supposed to be opened by a committee. So that is very core for such a solution. So we customized that, I think, in 3 days. And I remember that's the first time I actually wrote code around the ERPNext. And it works perfectly and it's still in use. So yes, ease of customizing ERPNext, that's one of the other reasons. But this is something we discovered along the way. It's not like before we thought it was easy. At the same time, when you talk of customizing ERPNext, let me talk of the things that are there. For example, we have something we call client scripts, server scripts, form builder. Form builder is very powerful and probably it's not appreciated enough because, for example, if you're building something new and you want to capture data, you create your doc type, Frappe your framework or ERPNext per se generates the UI. You don't have to worry about that. It's standard as any other document in the system, and you're good to go, right? So yeah, so I would say those are the reasons we kind of switched to ERPNext, and we have stuck with it up to now. We even stopped advertising and selling other products. And then let me talk now the next step, which is our journey from reseller to partner. So as you know, ERPNext as a product is free and open source. So normally what you normally start with is you just go set it up somewhere, say on DigitalOcean or Google or Amazon and so on. And then you start selling the services around it, right? Pretty straightforward. So initially when we started as resellers. We set up it on DigitalOcean, and then we start selling the services around there. But along the way, I think in 2019, we started getting larger customers and customers we felt maybe we wouldn't be able to handle in terms of customizations. So that's when we started now approaching Frappe. We are like, okay, there's this customer. If we get this customer and we are not able to deliver probably on the side of customizing the major modules they want, will you help us? So Frappe, they were like, yes, but you probably need now to consider being partners because there are many benefits around that. So that was 2018. So in 2019 to 2020, we became partners of Frappe, and they started sending us links. And from those links, I know we got 2 customers in just that period. And those customers are still our customers. And then in 2020 to 2021, they changed their partnership model. So we went back to being resellers, but we were still in a relationship with Frappe, and we would chat with their staff. And I remember this is the time we built M-Pesa integration on ERPNext. M-Pesa is like a mobile payment in Kenya, and I would say to a large extent East Africa, all the way to DRC. Literally almost everyone in Kenya, I would say, uses M-Pesa for payments. There are merchants, even if you're being paid as a sale of a product somewhere, whether you're a supermarket or whatever, you normally get paid mostly in M-Pesa integration. So some of our customers, especially the ones who are using a point of sale, they wanted M-Pesa, so we approached Frappe, and we were able to build the integration on the point of sale, still in use. But yeah, I'm just saying, even if you are not a partner, there's a relationship that we continued with Frappe, despite not being really partners on their portal. Then the journey continued 2021 to 2022. Frappe, we moved most of our sites. I think only 4 are remaining, not being part of Frappe Cloud. And the reason for that is there are some customizations we didn't develop as apps. So that's why we are still stuck there, but we are working on that. But yeah, we migrated almost all our sites to Frappe Cloud. Those who are not familiar with it, they need to check it out. On the Telegram group, sometimes I see new members trying to install ERPNext, and it's only that you can't advise people probably directly, but my wish is always, if you're starting new, just try Frappe Cloud. You can do the installations on your DigitalOcean later, but probably if you just want to check it out, just go spin one on Frappe Cloud and it will work perfectly for you. And one of the advantages of Frappe Cloud is you kind of not worry now about managing servers. You get to spin an environment very fast for testing or a demo and so on. And you just spin one today, then maybe if a customer wants access to it, they can do it for a day or two, and then you just remove the server. And they'll charge you for the duration that the server was up. It's perfect, frankly. They do backups for you. They do offsite backups. Because remember, part of being an ERP implementer or partner is there's some confidence you need to give your customers. Because I remember once a customer asked to see all their backups for a certain duration. That was very easy with Frappe Cloud, because all you do is you go to the portal and then you show them all the backups. If they want access, you can give them. But yeah, it gives them confidence that their backups for the last, say, probably a month or so, still intact and it's somewhere. I don't know how much time I have, Ankita, but let me continue. So in 2022, from June, and there's a reason I'm saying from June, we became Frappe partners once again. And let me talk of some of the perks, some of the benefits of being a Frappe partner. Number one, it's partner credits. Let me talk why I'm talking about partner credits, even though it's a bit obvious. So when you pay partner credits to Frappe, you're not losing your money, you're not paying Frappe, I would say, for being a partner. It's like you're prepaying for their services. Yeah, that's important, because it's like, for example, we normally use the credits for Frappe hosting and so on. But you see, now that comes with a lot of benefits. You prepare for products and services by Frappe, but you get to be listed as a partner. And then, for example, in your region, which is the next item I'm going to talk about, is you start getting links from Frappe. But yeah, it's like you're getting free marketing, if I'll say that, for actually paying for their services, right? Because otherwise you'll still be paying for their services, whether you're a partner or not, right? The next advantage or perk or benefit is they send you links for your region. And the reason I said we became Frappe partners once again from June 1st is we are in July, right? We're in July, that is a month and a half. In that period, we already have gotten a lead from them, and that lead we are starting implementing next week. So, and they have sent us a lot of links, frankly. So all I'm saying is the minute you become a partner, especially if your region is not it's active, and I know ERPs are a product that are needed out here, and then you start getting leads. And the beauty with these leads is these are people, companies that are actually looking for an ERP. You're not really going to tell them they need an ERP. They already know they need an ERP. They have actually even Googled or researched a bit about ERPNext, so they kind of know it suits them. So all you're doing now from there, once you get the lead, is you're going to convince them you have the capability to implement, right? So it's like what we will call a low-hanging fruit, but it's like a direct sale in my view. So that's the other advantage. The other advantage of the third one is new markets. By new markets, I mean, for example, in our region, probably there are not many Frappe partners. So Frappe along the way asked us if we are comfortable getting leads from Sudan and the region, for example. So we said yes, why not? Frappe implements mostly. They are how can I put, an online company. We get a lot of how can I put? or we try to emulate Frappe a lot, and even in terms of culture as a company. So we were like, if they implement all these companies and they are based in India, then even as we can implement, even though we are based here, we can implement for companies in Sudan and so on. So that company led to a lead that actually has led us all the way to Saudi Arabia and so on. But you see, now those are markets we never even thought we'll venture to, right? We have a few customers in DRC, but generally the way we never looked up. By up I mean Ethiopia, Sudan, and so on. But yeah, you see now from this partnership, it opens your mind as a company, because now you start realizing, okay, why not? I can implement in all those other markets, right? The other thing is deal assistance. When you become a partner, you are entitled to getting assistance from Frappe for your liens and even the liens they send to you. They offer a lot of assistance. We haven't asked for any so far, but I know we have 3 liens. We will expect some assistance from Frappe. The 5th one is credibility or customer confidence. Let me use examples so that it's a bit direct what I'm trying to say. For example, we go to a customer, we do a demo. They tell us, okay, guys, this product is good. It will serve us very well. At the moment, we are using Sage. That's what they say. But now for Sage, we know the local partner, if they don't meet up or they don't give us the support we expect, or even what happens to this local support when they vanish. For some reason, things happen, right? Who do we go to and we have this product that we implemented? So then they say for the local partner, if there's an issue for Sage, they can even escalate to the South African main developer of Sage, right? So as a partner now for us, we just tell them, okay, you can just talk to Frappe if there's such an issue. If you want confidence, you can look up Frappe. There's a backup. You kind of give confidence to the customer, right? That you're not the last option if there was anything or something like that, right? So those are some of the perks or benefits of being a Frappe partner. Let me talk now about ERPNext in the East African market. And let me talk about our customers. Most of our customers are we try to sell to manufacturers mostly and distributors. Distributors that encompasses even guys in retail. The reason we do that, number one, these are guys who really need an ERP. That's why we are talking of you cannot solve a problem you don't have. Basically, what it means is like you're not going to try to solve a problem if you really don't have it, right? You don't have an incentive. So sometimes the decisions we make are probably from a point of pain. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's how it is. Otherwise, we probably procrastinate a lot, right? So one of the reasons we target manufacturers and distributors is they really need an ERP mostly in their operations, because these are guys who have a lot of inventory to maintain, a lot of probably sales, maintaining customer balances, supplier balances, but mostly inventory, frankly, and their manufacturing process, which is still inventory management. For example, if you have 1,000 SKUs and several BOMs, it's very hard to do that on Excel. Compare that with, say, a law firm. It can be big, but or a service industry, they can literally manage the operations. It's just simple Excel, right? You just generate a big invoice, you wait for payments. That's it, right? So that's why we focus on manufacturers and distributors. The other reason is ERPNext, to be frank, really excels in those industries. So that means your implementation is bound to be smooth, and you are bound to build more customizations. And remember, customizations, as I said, probably will cost you time and money, and probably relationships, and so on. So that's why we kind of focus on manufacturers. At the moment, Navari as a company, we have around 17 customers running on ERPNext. That's it. So let me talk about something else, which is the last thing I'll talk about in this session. And one of the things is, I'll say, in the market, to be frank, I'll argue it's a bit sizable. And I'll say there's a need for more partners or resellers. Probably this goes. I don't know what we can do to recruit more partners or resellers of ERPNext, but we need more of those in the market. At the moment, the market is mostly dominated by Dynamics. By Dynamics, I mean Business Central, or do too, because I've seen where we send, say, proposals. When we get, say, a regret, I can see most of those guys are doing Odoo or Dynamics or RSAP. So as a product, we need more partners in the market, because I think we have one partner in Kenya, one partner in Tanzania. We could use more, because I remember when you're selling an ERP, mostly sometimes you're selling the product, right? You go to a customer, the first question is, what is the difference between this and Odoo, right? So the only reason probably they chose Odoo is because they know it, and it's all over their billboards all over Nairobi, right? So I would say, as a market, we need more partners. I've tried to talk to my old acquaintances who do still Dynamics, because they are still in the market. But well, their response is they are not really in a position to learn a new product. So probably the strategy would be to get probably guys who are starting up or who are more open to start implementing a new product. On the same length of trying to get ERPNext out here, we have formed an ERPNext Africa community Telegram group. I think at the moment it has around 145 members. It's a bit active. People ask questions there and so on. And then we are trying to do marketing in the region. This is social media mostly. The goal of this is not really for Navari or something, but we are trying to see if people become familiar with the ERPNext, right? Familiarity means people will be more receptive to it, right? So there's that. We have built a few apps. I think we can share that later. One of our apps is for the local customizations for payroll and payroll-related reports in Kenya. We have built a few apps, but they're not in the marketplace. I'm hoping we can push them in no time once they get approved. But all that is probably part of the marketing effort to get ERPNext out here. I think that's it for this session. Unless there are questions which will come, I'll hand over to Ankita. And then
Thank you. Thank you, Muchai.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Muchai, for sharing your experiences with in this webinar. I would request you if you can stop sharing your screen, if that's okay. Thank you so much. Okay, let me share my screen. So I'll be helping you walk through of how the Frappe partnership now works. So let me know if my screen is visible and I'm audible, Palkan.
Yeah, you're visible.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And audible.
Hello, everyone. So I'll start with the Frappe Partnership Program. So how is Frappe working? Frappe is a publisher of ERPNext, and we are completely 100% open source ERP. And what is our vision? That is very important, is to create great products and build a global ecosystem. So we want to actually act as an OEM in the back end, and we want a very strong partner network who will actually reach out to the customers. So we want to actually support our partners of creating this entire ecosystem. Why ERPNext? So there are several reasons of why a customer can choose ERPNext. First is open source. As everyone knows, and if you are actually aware of ERPNext, our source code has actually been hosted on GitHub, which makes us an open source license product, which is actually a license under the GNU GPL v3 license. Second is a low cost of ownership. Because of it being an open source, it has a low cost of ownership, which is actually accountable for. So you don't have any license cost which is attached to it. Third is customization. We are actually easily customizable. So for partners, it becomes very beneficial that they can create customizable app on top of ERPNext. So if you are actually having some customizations which you want to provide to your customers, you can actually use the Frappe Cloud Marketplace, where you can actually host these custom apps, and you can actually distribute it to your customers. Next is implementation. ERPNext implementation, we actually for our partners, we actually tell our partners that you actually from our end, from your end, you do the implementation development, and we at the back end will actually support you through and throughout in terms of SMB, in terms of enterprise. Next is user friendly. Of course, being an open source, it is user friendly and support. Next. I'll just skip this part since we are short of time. Why become an ERPNext partner? So within ERPNext, if you are aware that on our website, if you check our official website on ERPNext, we have different partner benefits which is attached to being a partner. So our partnership is actually divided into 3 parts: gold, silver, and bronze. So at each partnership level, you have different amount of credits which you need to actually sign up, which is actually added as a minimum credit commitment per year. So at each level, like bronze, silver, and gold, you have a minimum credit commitment, which we will explain to you if you if you're interested to actually explore the option of being a partner with us. So the partner types, as I mentioned, that we have gold, silver, and bronze. For gold, we have quarterly payouts. For silver, we have half yearly, and bronze, we have yearly. With this, you get a lot of partner benefits which you're attached. Let me remind you, since ERPNext is an open source code and it's an open source product, we don't have any license cost which is attached to it. We don't have even partnership fee which we take from our partners. What we have is a minimum credit commitment which actually gets allocated to your partner portal. So what you have is a minimum credit commitment which you can consume by actually distributing SaaS plans, or you have enterprise plans, or you have SMB plans. So these plans, if you sell, you actually can consume your credits. Next is partner listing. You will actually see on our website that you actually get a partner listing. This actually gives a lot of confidence. Actually, in Muchai's presentation also, he has mentioned that sometimes the customers actually require the confidence of the OEM at the back end. So in this kind of reassurance to the customer or credibility, the partner listing actually helps the partner a lot. Access to partner portal, as I've mentioned, that you'll be given an access to the partner portal where your minimum credit commitment will get attached to. Also, with that, you get the benefits which will be applicable. Commissions at each level, this commission is given: gold, silver, and bronze. For gold, we have 30%, for silver, we have 20%, and for bronze, we have 10%. So this minimum credit commitment, when we actually allocate to your partner portal, this commission also gets allocated. Next. In terms of sales, we actually provide pre-sales and demo support. And also we have started lead sharing. So if we have pass to partner leads. So depending on the region where you are picking up as a partner and the areas of expertise you have, we actually allocate these leads to you, and you can actually continue of actually closing these leads or actually converting these leads. So we do a lot of lead share depending on the region where you're based out of and also the expertise you have. Partner support desk. You will actually get access to partner support desk through the partner portal, and you get dedicated partner manager, which for each region we have a dedicated partner manager who will actually be the point of contact for you in if you are having any queries in terms of the partnership. So how the partner onboarding works. First, we actually introduce to you the entire partnership engagement plan, and if you have any questions, you can obviously ask us. Meet the team. Select the level, which level of partnership you actually would want to actually enter to. An onboarding checklist will be given, and there are a lot of legal documents as well as accounting formalities which needs to be completed before you actually become a partner, which needs to be completed from your end, and we will be providing you all the details, and also the system access as well as the onboarding sessions. So we will be having onboarding sessions with you where we'll be able to walk you through the entire onboarding, the entire partner portal, and also the PRM module. So we have the PRM module which we will be also helping you walk through. So complete submit requirement. Next thing is complete evaluations. So you have to complete your evaluations within within 90 days from the date of you are onboarding. So these evaluations is divided into three parts. We have evaluations for sales consultants, implementation consultants, and also marketing consultants. So you have to, depending on the courses, you have either one person can do all three courses, or three different people can do three different courses for bronze partnership. But I'm only dedicated to bronze partnership. But for silver and gold, it's different. You can obviously check it on our website. It was available over there. Okay. So I would actually like to skip this. It is a much more advanced situation where you actually, once you're onboarded, how your growth plan will look like. So we will actually explain you if you're interested in the partnership. Okay. So how the partner role works. So you get certified. And second thing is to maintain and track your partner credits. Third is to enter and manage your leads in the partner portal. So in the partner portal, we actually tell our partners to actually keep the leads in the partner portal, just because that if you need any deal assistance in any partner lead, so you can reach out to us through the system itself. So that is why there are three types of leads which we have. One is the leads which we are passing to you, one which you are coming with your own leads, and the third is through the partner listing. So if any customer has any users which are less than 100 users, in that situation they are actually redirected to the partner listing website. So actually now the customers can go directly and reach out to the partners. So that's about it. If you have any queries, please do let me know. Also, if you're showing if you have some interest, I'm sharing a link with you on the portal where you can register us that you are showing some interest on our Frappe partnership plan, and accordingly we'll reach out to you and we can take the discussion forward. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please do switch on your mic and let us know.
Hi, Ankita. Thank you for the presentation. Am I audible?
Yes.
No, thank you, Muchai. Thank you all of you for this opportunity. So I have a question. Usually, I ask about partners and relation with Frappe. So as a partner, I am not. I have a background, Oracle background, ERP. So we used to clients of Oracle buy license from Oracle, and they pay the license, and they got maintenance contract as part of license, okay, for 1 year. So this mechanism allow them to raise tickets during the year or the period of support, to raise ticket if they face any bug, standard bug, in the seeded product, there is a bug, okay. There is a problem, there is a error message, there is a wrong calculation, there is a problem. And this is the blocking point for me. Even Muchai maybe knows very well. Engage yourself alone facing customer without any support to cover your back. It's very dangerous. So here, the how to cover our backs means, is there any mechanism with this new formula of partnership that I can raise ticket even through paid service, not free? It is paid contract, annual contract. So I can raise ticket to solve a standard bug, not customization I did or I implemented. Okay. It is not customization. It is a standard code from Frappe. There is a problem. Is there any mechanism to solve this kind of problem of or error message like this, or performance issue in the server?
Okay.
So is there any opportunity to cover this area?
Okay. Thank you, Nofil, for your question. In the partnership, first thing is that we have a yearly contract. First thing. Second thing is, in the partnership, we have two levels of support. One is level 1 support and the level 2 support. The level 2 is on the product itself. So as in the back end, as an OEM, we are acting. So when we are signing the partnership agreement, we actually handle the level 2 support. So that is why you will get the access to this partner support desk. And also you will be, if your customers are facing any issues in terms of the level 2 support, then we will be also there depending on which plan which you have sold to them. So if it's a SaaS plan, if it's an SMB plan, if it's an enterprise plan, depending on that, we will be actually solving their level 2 support. So if you're interested in the partnership plan, if you want to discuss this forward also, and if you have more critical issues which you want answers of, you can obviously reach out to the link below. And if anyone is interested also, so you can actually reach out to the link below, and the dedicated partner manager from your region will reach out to you and resolve your critical issues if you're having any more further questions, basically. Hope, Nofil, I've answered your question.
Yes, you very well answered. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nofil.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Excuse me, I would like to ask two questions regarding the partnership.
Yes.
First, the first question regarding the cost of the partnership. As per my understanding, it's including two. One cost, it's clear, which is the partnership itself, and another one is getting the training program. Because in previous session or in previous presentation, there was demonstration about the partnership and what is the cost for partnership. This is one question. So I would like just to confirm this. We can consider it's part of the costing of partnership. Another question regarding the listing of partnership. For example, if I am partnership in let's say North Africa, however, I'm looking for opportunities in different area of the world. Okay, so the partner listing it depends on the area or region, or I would like to get opportunities, for example, in let's say in Gulf or something, according to the business,
Okay.
This is my second question.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay. So, the answer to your first question would be that the partner evaluations and certification, it is a part of the partnership level itself. So you don't have to pay anything additional. It is included in the cost of the partnership itself. So you can have a look on the link below. So, and the evaluation and the certification is mandatory once you actually onboard us as a partner. So that becomes mandatory, and that is why we don't ask for additional cost, and we want our partners to actually have the knowledge about the product through and throughout, and that is why we conduct these evaluations. Second question which you had on the partner listing. So depending on the region which you are having your registered office as, will be the region where will be your territory, basically. But as Frappe Partnership plan, we actually don't restrict the territory from where you are getting the customers, because whatever agreements which we signed in terms of the partnership, we have non-exclusive distribution. So we don't give like exclusivity to any partner prospects, and that is why any partner who are onboarding with us can actually get customers from different regions than the region where they are located. I hope I have answered your question. If you have further questions, you can obviously, I've shared the link below. If you have further interest on our partnership plan, you can actually reach out to us through the link.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other questions anyone is having?
I have a question, sorry.
Okay, no, please do.
Yes. So if I am a partner in my region, North Africa,
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I am, and the clients want to get ERPNext. He comes to me directly, okay, and he requests this evaluation demo, and he reached the make the deal and implement the system in his company. Okay. So how ERPNext will enter in the picture in this kind of deal?
Depending on which plan you're actually basing it up, if it's an enterprise plan or it's an SMB plan, the bifurcation will happen on that situation first. Second thing, I did not understand the first half of your question about the evaluation part. So, are you telling me about the partner evaluations?
No, no. Ankita, may I
Yes,
answer
yes,
this?
please.
Okay.
Please, please.
Hi, Nofal. Firstly, thanks to Muchai for the presentation. So what will happen? Basically, you will attract leads from different sources, even from your partnership listing. You know, you'll get some leads from our web pages also, and from your business manager from partner team. You know, so what we expect partners to do. You have to basically pitch them multiple plans. Firstly, you pitch them your own implementation and customization plan. You know, based on the based on the customer's scope. Let's say it comes out to be say $10,000. Just for the sake of example, based on the modules they want to implement, the number of users they have. On top of that, then you separately also kind of check which Frappe plan you want to kind of pitch them, whether they fall into 5 user or 25 user or 50 user or enterprise plan. You know? So based on the number of users or the other requirements they have, you basically pick a SaaS plan, and then you basically kind of give a bundled proposal to the customer that okay, if you want Frappe's product warranty, so that if something breaks in the core product, you can reach Frappe team. At the same time, you can give implementation services from your end, and customization service from your end. You can kind of take all these factors, all these services into picture and give a bundle proposal to your customer that okay, you'll be able to do the complete implementation and ensure support for 1 year for let's say $15,000 or something. You know, so from very beginning, while you're doing pre-sales, you can just opt for the Frappe support plan, which is suitable for the customer as per their requirement. So for that, from very beginning, it is covered. And what you do as a partner is basically instead of paying us, you basically collect money from the customer. But if you have to basically communicate that you have to enable, we have to enable support for that particular customer, right? You can do that by using your credits. You know, you don't have to kind of you pay us if you have enough credits. If you don't have enough credits, then maybe you'll have to buy. But if you have credit, then you can just use those credit and tell us that we have to enable support for this particular site. So that's the typical process we follow.
Let me resume if my understand correct or wrong. So if clients want to implement, so I will do the service of implementation as a partner for him, but he have to sign a contract with Frappe to get the support services, right?
No, well, since ERPNext is an open source product,
Yes.
our services is only our source of revenue.
Yes,
like
yes.
product warranties and hosting services which we sell. And it's pretty simple where you are very used to selling Oracle licenses. Here you don't have to sell any licenses because there aren't any. But there is services, Frappe services which you can sell, and that's the only expectation like we have from the partners, and that's how existing partners are also kind of you consuming their credits and upgrading to higher level is by selling Frappe services to their customers. So you just kind of bundle Frappe services in your proposal to the customer and prospect, so that their site is kind of insured when if something breaks in the core product.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this webinar. and hope to see a lot of attraction from everyone in terms of the partnership. Thank you so much.
Thanks for all. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for